you've ever played Alma, Missouri and liked it, you're going to like this map because it's made by the same folks. And it resembles Alma, Missouri in a lot of ways. And it's one of the top maps for Farming Simulator 25. And it's called Iowa Plains. Okay, Iowa Plains. Obviously, it's in Iowa. This is not the start of your farm, but it's a very nice place. We'll come back to this in a minute. Okay, you're going to start here. This is your house up on this little hill here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There's a lot of detail on this map, like Alma. Very, very nicely done. Very nicely done. You can just look around. It is not amateurish. Okay, all these little details. When you look at when you look at the asphalt, the way it fades in from asphalt to dirt to grass, just like real life. The way some of the lines on the road are worn, just like real life. It's really, really cool. All right, let's get into the map. Okay, you got some detail over here. This is your yard. And let's go down here to your farm. You got a little swimming pool over here above ground, but hey, still nice for those August days like today. Okay, your first tractor here, the Case 340. It has 374 horsepower, so that's pretty good. And it's got some big double wheels on the back. Not sure. Well, some people like those, some don't. Now, this looks like a barn you've seen in Farming Simulator 25 before. However, it's a little different because it is also a workshop. So you start out with your own workshop on your farm, and there you go. I know some people started this, and they like built one. They're like, I didn't realize I had a workshop. So let's go through some other stuff here. You got a lot of storage over here. This is your other tractor. Not quite as big, but this one has been upgraded to 302 horsepower, the Case 260. Still a nice tractor. Okay, you've got a square baler, which is a pretty good one, a big one, because you need 275 horsepower to pull that puppy. You have a large fertilizer, but it doesn't do lime. You're going to need something to spread lime with. You have the largest planter that both fertilizes and seeds, but it does use liquid fertilizer, not standard fertilizer. You got a big power tube trailer here. It's very nice. Holds a good bit of stuff. You got a good size pull behind sprayer. You've got the Livestock shallow cultivator. You need 400 horsepower to pull that. And all you have right now is 374. Might want to upgrade that tractor. Okay, so your tractor, the big tractor there, is upgradable to 435 horsepower. So that's one of the things you're going to need to do. You also got this large plow. You only need 360 horsepower for that. And you got a decent seeder. I'm not the biggest fan of this thing. Let me show you on the menu. Okay, it's the Solitaire, this one, for $165,000. It's not bad. It's 12 meters wide, goes 9 miles an hour. But it does not fertilize. I would rather have this one. So what I would probably do is sell that and buy this, because you got a couple of large fields here, where you got one very large field. I'll show you in a second what your fields look like. Okay, going on over here, you got the Case 7150 harvester with a 6-meter corn header and the 8.5-meter grain header outside. I would upgrade that as soon as you could, because you have 21 acres of corn here to cut, and it takes a while with that 6-meter wide harvester. Okay, you got a very large silo here. This thing holds 16 million liters of stuff, which is handy because you have the potential here to have a very large farm. You also have a grain dryer that you need to put propane in. You get that from the filling station. There's a propane tank there. You need to buy one of the little tanks. Be careful you get the right one. Okay, if you go under animals and look at barrels, you'll see these that have been modded to hold propane. See, these don't. So you can get one of these, and it's going to hold propane that you get from the gas station at that propane tank. So we'll look at the productions in a minute, but you own this, and you have these 3 greenhouses here. Now these are different. They take water, but they also take manure. Okay, they take manure. And you have the ability to get that. We'll look at that in just a second. Okay, now they produce some things. When we look at productions, I'll show you, but in addition to your regular greenhouse stuff, they produce some things like pumpkins, blueberries, apples, all kind of other things. You have a large chicken pen here, and it comes with 100 chickens, and it has a capacity of 473. One of those is a rooster. So you have 99 chickens and 1 rooster. So there you go. Okay, let's head on up this way. I'm going to jump over this. Over here you have some more equipment. You have a square bale collector. You have a pretty large windrower, not too bad. And you have a small tedder. I would upgrade those too, because you have 7.5 acres of, right now it's alfalfa. We'll look at that in just a second. Okay, you have a nice cow barn here. It comes with 60 cows. 40 of those are grown and will be producing milk right away as soon as you feed them. 20 of those are adolescents. They're 6 months old. Okay, there's your chicken pen. You got your 100 chickens. Your cow barn. Like I say, you got 40 that are grown. You got 20 that are 6 months old. So they'll be producing milk in another year. Cows are slow to reproduce. Okay, but that's a pretty good sized barn there because it's going to go up to 374. And you might want to put some of those as buffalo. Okay, you got a good storage barn over here. You got a decent lawnmower set up in there that you could use to cut this field I'm going to show you in a second. By the way, on your cow barn, pick up your milk here, your slurry over here, and this is a good spot to put a manure basin. That's what I did. Okay, look at this monster. I love this thing. It is a huge pig pen. Okay, huge pig pen. And you come with 250 pigs. The capacity is 1,600. 1,600 pigs. So that's going to take a lot of food, but they will make you a lot of money. They will make you a lot of money. I love this pig pen. I wish it was a mod that you could put on a map you're making. I didn't see it in there directly. Maybe it's in there. I got to look again. Okay, this is where you put your food and straw. And this is a good spot right here to put a manure basin. Now, I had a little bit of an issue with this. I could not collect slurry from here in a tank. It wouldn't work. However, I did use it as fertilizer by using a slurry sprayer. Okay, so it worked that way. It holds 1 million gallons of slurry, okay, which is great because most of the pig pens or cow pens are not big enough to fertilize a large field. You run out. But with 1 million gallons, you got enough. Okay, this field is yours. It has alfalfa in it, okay? And they've added that. The new upgrade to Alma also has alfalfa. I'm not a big fan because if you try to make it to feed your cows, what you want to do is turn this into hay. So you have the stuff. You can turn this into hay, you know, cut it and then ted it, make it into hay, then pick it up, bale it, and it will be hay. You can feed that to your cows. That'll get them at 80%. They can start making milk. However, the alfalfa, the tedder, won't work with AI for whatever reason. It just doesn't. Okay, the tedder doesn't work with AI. Let me show you on the map where we are. Okay, you own this corner right here of the map, and you have 3 fields. You got 21 acres of corn. You got 8.3 acres of wheat that's ready to go. And of course, your alfalfa is ready to harvest. So what I did is I cut the alfalfa field, and then I turned that into hay. I fed my cows, and then I immediately cultivated that, and I planted grass because I like the AI to do some of the work, especially on a big farm like this if you're playing by yourself. Okay, here's a little aerial view of your farm. You can see your huge silo there, your storage building, your dryer, your 3 greenhouses, your chicken pen, your home, your barn / workshop, and your large storage thing there. And then you have this large cornfield here that's yours. and you have this 8.3 acres of wheat right here. And your cow barn is over here with your storage shed. And there's your large, now notice the pig pen. By the way, you have a bunker silo there. Notice the top of the pig pen. It's covered in solar panels. So let me show you. We started at 8 this morning. Look at our finances. We've made $10,000 already. Okay, $10,000. That's kind of cool because you need some money to get this thing rolling. So what I do is I get these greenhouses going and put lettuce, put them selling lettuce, that with your solar panels over there, because you're going to need some money to farm some stuff to start feeding these pigs and cut the alfalfa to feed your cows. Okay, plant grass. You're going to have some expenses, and you probably going to want to get another field or two right away if you can. All right, so let's just fly around the map a little bit. I can show you some other things. There is one other farm you can purchase. Okay, you got your points of sale over here. Let me show you on the map. Okay, we're in this area. There's your warehouse, your gas station's over there. All right, let's look at some of these because they're all lined up here. You have a gold press. That's kind of like a oil mill. We'll look at the menu in a second. You got ketchup production. You have a sugar mill. You have a juice factory, which is interesting. Remember, you can get those things for the juice from your greenhouse. Popcorn production using dried corn. You got a pancake house. The creamery, which is kind of like the dairy. You got a bakery. You have a tailor shop and a pizzeria. Okay, then you got a point of sale here, supermarket. Over here you got the water mill. That is really cool. We'll fly by that in a second. Over here you got a playground. Okay, you got the sawmill and the carpentry shop over here, which is convenient because you have these two areas of forestry you can purchase. $168,000 for that one, $300,000 for that one, and they're right here by the sawmill. So you can use a little winch, buy one of these, drag it up to the sawmill. And there's another reason, in addition to just selling it for profit, there's another reason you might want to see that, which we're going to look at. You got a cool little farm over here. We're going to hop down there. You can purchase this. It has a horse farm and a sheep farm already set up, which is pretty neat. Pretty neat. And you got some storage buildings there and your house. And you can purchase that for $373,000. Okay, over here you got a bale sell point. You got the Grain West silo. And right here you can rent the train, which is one of the sell points. And a grain sell point over there. Over here you have a fermenter that you can purchase for $400,000. Or you could put one on your property for $300,000. There's a biogas plant right there, and there's the other part of the train. Okay, right here you have the old museum that you can get, grain mill museum. And right here you have Jackson's Farm, which is a point of sale. And then we're back to your farm. Okay, over here is the shop. So we're right here. When you spawn a piece of equipment there, you just do a U-turn and go back this way towards your farm. That's your farm straight away there. Has a very nice little downtown area. Maybe not quite as nice as Alma, but still very nice. We're going to just kind of cruise through that a little bit. There's your gas station. It's got a lot of detail, realistic. Jackson store. Pretty cool. A lot of detail. This would be a great role-playing map. Get this restaurant with outside seating. Look at that. The diner. Isn't that neat? Very, very nice. Even the gas station is very nicely done. Now hiring. Got your prices up there for gas. Basketball court right here. Some big fields and some not so big fields. The houses are cool. There's always people walking around. It's a little neighborhood area. Swing sets, manicured lawns, different things in their yards. So that's kind of cool. Okay, the shop. This is like Production Row right here. You got the Central Cafe, you got the grain mill, supermarket, the bank, ketchup factory, the sugar mills behind it. Neat little downtown area, very realistic looking. Got a little green area over here, kind of like a park. I guess it is a little park area. Iowa High School, that's so cool, so cool. You can see bicycles where the kids park their bikes. Signs that work, popcorn factory. There's the creamery, which is also the dairy. Okay, you got a restaurant here, the pizzeria. You can purchase these. Tailor shop. Very nice looking. A little playground outside for the kiddies. And the bakery. A lot of detail and character on this map. Very nicely done. Nicely done. And there you go. Pretty nice map. Pretty nice map. Now let's go up here. I just want to show you. Okay, you could purchase this little area, but my favorite is the one next to it, and I'll show you why. Okay, what you have here are maple trees. Okay, maple trees, and we're going to look at productions, and you'll see. But all you do is add water, and then this little shop over here turns it into sap that you can sell. Here's your productions. This is what you own. You have the grain dryer, and you got those 3 greenhouses. Those 3 greenhouses each have apples, blueberries, chili peppers, garlic, lemon, lettuce, Napa cabbage, oranges, pears, plums, pumpkins, spring onions, strawberries, and tomatoes. So they're kind of cool. Let me show you what you can purchase. Okay, the bakery, which is semi-normal, but it also has apple pie, blueberry pie, cornbread, and pumpkin pie. Okay, so using your greenhouses and some other things, you can get the ingredients for that. You have a biogas plant you can purchase, carpentry shop. You have a juice company. Once again, you can get all these from your greenhouse. The creamery, and they have certain things like blueberry, strawberry yogurt, so you'll need those from your greenhouse too. You have the fermenter there, and you can make alfalfa silage, chaff silage, dry alfalfa silage, grass silage, or hay silage. Okay, but I didn't like alfalfa because I couldn't get the to make it into hay. The AI didn't work on the tedder, so I'm not sure if that's a glitch or if that's the way it's supposed to be. But it's really cool. All right, the Iowa press, gold press, is like the oil press, okay, or oil mill, and it has all your things you turn into oil. Now the sawmill has it's like regular stuff, but it also has firewood, and you might need that on a later thing when you do maple syrup. Ketchup production, you need tomatoes for that. You got a pancake house, various things you can get for that, including maple syrup. Pizzeria, popcorn production, you can use your dried corn for that, and butter. Sugar mill, you got a tailor shop, and the water mill, which is like the grain mill, turns all these into grain, but it has some additional ones like fine corn flour, fine flour. So there's some different things in there that you don't normally have. And there you go, that's productions. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think I'll do another video on how to get started on this map, and I'll get that out there pretty soon here. So that's it. I'm Farmer Teacher. If you like this, share this with your farming buddies. Hey, look at this. You can't walk because I'm in the fly mode. All right, share this with your farming buddies, and I'll see you on the next go round. Bye-bye.